Hello and welcome to the Lifestyle Podcast today. Today we are diving into something real, raw and often overlooked, pregnancy, just the way it is. You know, in our society, people often talk about pregnancy like it's all glowing skin, a cute baby bump and pure joy. But the truth, there's so much more to it. It's about the cravings at odd hours, fears you never expected, unwanted advice from every corner, and yes, moments of overwhelming joy too. That's exactly why Lifestyle, through its Pregnancy Unscripted series, chose to give moms a voice. A voice to break stereotypes, a voice to celebrate their joys, a voice which is unfiltered and unapologetic. And who better to talk about this than the people behind it? Joining me with today is Taru Mayur, co-founder of Ayurveda from the House of Lifestyle. Welcome to the show today, Taru.
Thank you so much. I'm so thrilled to be here.
Pregnancy, as we know, is usually glorified as something magical, but the real struggles often gets ignored. What made you highlight these real experiences?
Pregnancy, as we all know, is a very joyous occasion. It's a roller coaster physically, emotionally, and the societal challenges that we face. Every pregnancy is unique and has its own journey. We wanted to create a space where women could share their experiences, unexpected challenges, self-doubt, and also the strength they found in adversity.
That makes so much sense. So Taru, from your perspective, what impact do these real stories have?
Sharing stories with each other actually draws a lot of strength, creates a great community and a cult by itself. Women feel empowered that somebody else is also going through their similar challenges which they are facing. Challenges which I'm talking about could be choice of birth, could be epidural, could be C-section, could be vaginal birth, bouncing back to work if you're a working woman, or even if not, even if you're at home, the support system behind, because raising a child is not only a mother's job. The pregnancy alone is not only pertaining to a mother. It of course is a shared job. Even sharing household duties and chores, because pregnancy definitely comes with a lot of baggage for a woman, but how well supported it is. So I think breaking the stereotype, I would say, where it's not only about advices which you get from all sides and corners, but how is the listening capacity around us.
So true, Taru. And you mentioned stereotypes. So what are some common ones that you hope to break through this initiative?
Stereotypes, well, I find that very funny and attached to a word which is so harsh, and pregnancy being such a nice and wonderful journey, but yeah, it is a stigma and stereotype there. Bringing in a lot of things along stereotype is, pregnancy is all about glowing skin, whether it's a boy or a girl, or what are you looking forward to, baby showers, and probably all of it. But what is behind the scenes, as we could say, behind the scenes for pregnancy, it's a lot of anxiousness, anxiety, uncharted waters, how well would you be able to breastfeed the baby or no, or how long would you be able to do it, how quick you would be able to go back to work, will you retain, would you be able to get back to your original size, how your body is going to react to. I think it's a lot of things, and I think that's something which nobody talks out aloud, and how the support system is going to be around me. And women really don't reach out for that much of support. That is one thing which I would definitely want to highlight.
Well said, Taru. That's such an important point. Also, I believe having a support system, especially from the partner, your family, can make all the difference. How did your partner support you during your pregnancy, and what advice do you have for partners who want to be more present and supportive?
I'm so glad you brought this question up. Firstly, I would address that, I'm very lucky. My husband, Mayur, he was a hands-on dad. So Mayur would actually read stories to my child when I was already carrying. And he was a very hands-on dad with all the other chores. We shared responsibilities. So it made a very equal responsibility to share with. I'm sure a mother is a mother and a father is a father, but he definitely played his father's role. So coming back to the support system, which I would want to say, so fathers also go through a very emotional and vulnerable journey, because the pregnancy alone is not only related to mother. As I said, fathers also need to be handheld in their journey, because there are mood swings. They always have to be adaptive to sudden behavioral patterns and whatever a woman would require at that point of time. And it's also uncharted waters for them. I remember when Mayur would be a little scared to hold the baby, even after we had our second child. So the second child, he would probably be more comfortable taking care of the first one, and the second one he would be like little worried that am I holding him right. You kind of get into that mode. So I'm just saying that assurance also needs to come from a mother to a father, how well we go to the journey together.
Love that. Thank you for sharing those experiences with us. How do you think society can better support pregnant women and new mothers?
I would make it very, very concise. Don't advise, please listen.
Very well said, Taru. So true. This brings to my next question. So, Taru, many moms struggle with guilt, whether it's about taking time for themselves, returning to work, or their parenting choices. How can we change the way we talk about mom guilt?
Mom guilt is for real, but let me tell you that once a mom, you're a mom for a lifetime. Be it a new mom or be it a mom for even say a 21-year-old. You're always going to have that guilt sitting in you. But let me tell you, let's start with to say normalize it, live with it. It's nothing to do or nothing to be guilty of. It's okay to feel what you feel for your child. I feel you should go with your emotions. It's okay, but normalize that. It's not going to always eat you up. Second is definitely self-care and making time for yourself, which is very, very important. Only if you make yourself happy can you make people around you happy.
I love that perspective. Every mom should feel supported, not judged. When it comes to making informed choices, another big one is stem cell banking. Taru, we see many parents still have doubts whether to opt for the stem cell banking or not. Or what do you have to say to them?
Stem cell banking is definitely a very important decision which parents have to make, and having doubts is absolutely normal. My advice to them would be to first equip themselves with the information required, which could be on potential use of stem cells now or in the future. The larger perspective, how many people or how much or how is it going to be beneficial for my baby, and the storage, how long it is, or whether it is safe, whether it's going to be painful for the baby and the mother. So many questions. I get that. So maybe I'll just decode a few. I would just say that it's a painless procedure for the baby and the mother. The umbilical cord blood is just nipped and there is no pain for neither the baby nor the mother. It's the most safest and very easy procedure to bear with. And making this choice is an important one because it's better to have it banked and be happy rather than being sorry and too late to decide that if a need arises. And coming to the fact that, who it could be used for, Lifecell has this community stem cell model where we have stem cells not only for the baby, but the stem cells could be used for the siblings, the parents and the grandparents, making it a larger pool. And since this is a community, the reserves could be used for helping others as well, and you also could probably get the help whenever you would require. So it's a very great choice to be made. I think giving the stem cell protection is the best gift for your baby.
Absolutely. That's really insightful, and it's so important for parents to have the right information before making a decision. And since today is all about celebrating women, what's your message to expectant mothers and women in general?
I definitely want to say it comes from my heart that I think women should just listen to their heart, do what it takes them, and mark their own path and journey. Live life unscripted, unfiltered. Say no to the outside noise and judgments which are thrown at you, and mark your own journey in every aspect that you are: a mother, a sister, a friend, a wife, a daughter. So get your aura around. Wishing all the beautiful women out there a very happy Women's Day.
What's next for Lifecell?
Well, that's a great question that you brought up. Lifecell has always been in a zone where we want to create a very safe environment for the mother and baby. So we've gone into diagnostics, and at present we are also doing skincare for the mother and baby, for which I'm the co-founder, and the brand is called Ayurveda. It's cellular in science. I'm very excited because there are products which are made naturally, zero toxins, and cellularly proven to be effective and safe. The range which we have curated specially for our Lifecell extended family, as we say, from birth and beyond. So we wanted to keep it for pregnancy, new moms and newborns.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Taru, for such an honest and heartfelt, I must say, unfiltered conversation. And to all the moms, dads, and parents to be out there, your journey matters. Your voice matters. You matter. Happy Women's Day, and let's continue breaking the stereotypes, one real story at a time.